Hey everybody, Big Anklevich here, podcaster, author, and carnivore. And it is day 69 of the Beef, Butter, Bacon, and Eggs Challenge here on Big Anklevich on health. Okay, now more than ever, it's important that you join our Facebook group so that we can support each other in doing this crazy carnivore diet and living a healthy lifestyle. Let's do this. Let's support each other. We all need support, as you may find out. Let's check out the daily videos. It is day 69, and it was kind of a unsatisfying day, which 69 shouldn't be that. Anyways, I started out with my walk, like usual. Here I am, walking again, and I think we're at 8 or 9 days in a row, so that's something. Will the exercise help me out? I don't know, it can't hurt, that's for sure. But yeah, we'll have to see. I don't stretch a whole lot when I do this, and I think that I'm particularly inflexible. I do have a spot in my back that always hurts, and so I try and stretch some just for that. I just bend over and touch my toes and stuff, but for the most part there's not much in the way of any, detriment, any pain that comes from exercise. And of course all I'm doing is walking, so shouldn't be much to it. It is a 2-mile walk, but it's just a walk. And then when I got home, I started into eating. First thing that I had today was some bacon and eggs. I went to make some bacon and eggs, and there was less bacon than there should have been. I think that somebody in my family must have had some bacon aside from me, which is fine. I don't mind, I just didn't realize. And so when I cooked up the bacon, there was only like 6 pieces, which is way less than a pound. And I was still hungry when it was over. And so I said, you know what, I'm gonna cook up this steak. And I had this steak that I got at Aldi. It was thin cut ribeye steak. It was cheaper than the regular stuff, and so I figured I would get it. Don't bother. Thin cut steak is not a good, it cooks too much. It cooks too quick and it gets too cooked. It needs to be thicker to even be worth bothering. But yeah, I ate, I don't know, a pound. It may have been 1.5 pounds of this ribeye steak, and I struggled through this. I swear I was like eating shoe leather. It was so lame. And they were the pieces were big, like palm size, but super thin. And so I would put them into the air fryer because our barbecue ran out of propane. I didn't want to go get any. So I put them in the air fryer. I had to put them in, and we only had enough to fit 2 in at a time. And there were like 8. So, I'd have to cook them for like 5 minutes, then pull them out, and then put the next one in and cook them. And, I was eating them as I went. It was silly. But anyways, yeah, I was not satisfied. I was not happy with what I'd had for food. And then I had to leave, and I thought, shoot, maybe I should have made something. It was too late at that point, and then I thought, I'll pull a Marshal. I'll go to McDonald's and get a bunch of hamburger patties. And so I went to the McDonald's, the good one, which only charges $1.20 for a 1/4 pound patty. And I always check before I buy just to find out how much they're going to charge. How much is it? And they said $1.20, and I went, oh, well then, give me 6. And yeah, I ate 6 hamburger patties. So that was satisfying, at least. It wasn't all bad.
Well, it's day 69 of the Beef, Butter, Bacon, Egg Challenge. And remember that slippery slope I talked about last week? Well, today I went off that slippery slope. It's a sad thing, kind of. So I don't know how to explain myself. But it was a stressful day yesterday. Had a meeting, learned some things. Anyway, was much more behind than I thought I was, and super stressed. I should have gone and taken a walk, but I decided to go to Wendy's and get some burgers and some bacon. While I was there at the drive-thru, I saw the Baconator, which is 2 patties, bacon, cheese on a bun with whatever you want on it. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to get that. It's the same thing I'm eating. It's just got the buns and the cheese. And before I knew it, that's what I ordered. And I did think twice about it before I bit into it, before I opened it up and bit into it. But at that point, I guess I had already made my decision. I just ate the Baconator. And that's not even carnivore. It's not just eating cheese like Big did, which is part of carnivore. I ate bread. I ate the buns as well. Other than that, it was plain, but does that really matter at this point, since I ate the buns? I mean, shoot, I could have done that when I had the Red Robin burger already made up for me last week. But no, I made the pains of breaking off the cheese and taking it out of the bun and eating it, and by itself, you know. But then here I am ordering on purpose a Baconator and just going ahead and eating it. Yep, I don't have anything, no excuses, can't sugarcoat it. It would have been even worse, right, if I would have sugarcoated that thing. It's not the end of the world. I understand that. A burger after 69 days of eating beef, butter, bacon, egg isn't going to kill me. It's not going to knock me out of, and I could spiral, right? I could have had one of those new strawberry Frosties. Those look tasty. I could have had that, or a regular Frosty, or I could have gone home last night and eaten a dozen candy bars that have been sitting in the fridge for, seems like, a month. Just sitting there saying, hey, eat me, eat me. All the things that I've resisted, all the things that I've not eaten and gone to pains to avoid eating something that's not beef, butter, bacon, egg. And then in one little decision, or a couple decisions, right? One to order it, one to eat it, and to keep eating it, not just taking one bite and saying, oh, that's good, okay, I'm done. No, I ate that whole thing, man. I didn't take a picture. Nope. No food pictures today. So all I can think about is where do I go from here, right? I confessed to my family, and they were a little bit more disappointed than I thought they would be. My wife was like, oh man, you were so close. You only have a few weeks left to get to 90 days. And she's like, so did you just cheat because Big had that cheese last week? And no, that really wasn't in my thoughts. I really wasn't saying, oh, well, now I have a free pass to eat because Big did. That really wasn't in my headspace when I made that decision. It was just about the stress. And like I said, I should have taken a walk. Walking, exercise, that can clear your head. That can relieve stress. That can, but no, I chose to go eat a Baconator instead. So what am I going to do now? Well, I'm going to fast for 2 days, maybe 2.5 days. And when I told my wife that, she was like, oh, so now you're going to punish yourself by restricting yourself from food? Because, you're not supposed to reward yourself with food. So why punish yourself by not eating food? Again, that's not really where I'm at in my headspace. The thought that comes to mind, or the comparison that comes to my mind, is when we lived in Oregon, we had an above ground pool with no filter. Well, I guess there was a filter, but there's no skimmer or anything like that. And in Oregon, you know, the algae grows pretty fast. And so over the course of a couple weeks or whatever, a bunch of algae would get in the swimming pool and start filling it up. And, you know, so the kids obviously didn't want to swim in a slimy pool. And so we'd have to go shock it. We'd have to go get this chlorine stuff or whatever was in it, Drano, who knows what was in it, and we'd have to shock the pool, basically kill all the algae, clean it out, and then the kids could go swimming again in the above ground pool. I look at this fasting as that. I've given my body the buns and the cheese. The buns is the worst, right? And I've gotten in this habit of every day wanting to eat lunch, going to Wendy's. So yeah, Wendy's, eating out for the rest of the 90 days. Maybe I'm going to go 100 days now because I got to make up for this. But anyway, no more eating out. I mean, maybe if I'm forced to in a work situation or whatever, but I'm going to try to avoid eating out at all costs. Yeah, because I could say, oh, well, I had a Baconator. Today I'm going to go for pizza buffet, man. Why not? I screwed up I did it yesterday. Why not do it today? No, I'm going to try to make up for this. So yeah, I'm going to fast for the next couple days. I'm going to shock my body back. I'm going to get rid of this habit of wanting to go out to eat in the middle of the day, go to lunch at Wendy's or whatever. So yeah, no more Wendy's, no more anything if I can avoid it for the next few weeks. But yeah, so I'm going to fast for a couple days and shock my body back into realizing that I'm in control. I mean, yeah, that's all semantics and metaphysics and all that kind of stuff. But mentally, I really need to re-register my brain and say, hey, you don't need all this food. You don't need all that, you know, to eat the bad stuff. You don't need that. And so I'm in charge. I'm going to fast for a couple days. And my body, it's not going to hurt me. It's not going to give me problems. I'll do just fine. I've done it before, so I can do it again. Anyway, that's my plan. I'm going to stick to it. And I'm going to keep going, right? I mean, this is where that catchphrase really matters. Am I going to keep going, or am I going to slide all the way to the bottom of... No, I'm not going to keep sliding down the slippery slope. I'm climbing back up, baby. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going.
Oh, goodness. It was pretty much a bummer day. Day 69 shouldn't be that. And yet it was. For me, just nothing was satisfying. Nothing was particularly great. For Marshall, whew, he had himself a big stumble. And I guess it wasn't that big when you come down to it, because if you think about it, if I remember right, the Baconator is one of those hamburgers where they removed all the lettuce and the tomatoes and the anything, and it's just bacon, meat, and cheese with a bun. So we probably only ate a bun. At least there's that, and some cheese, I guess, but the cheese is no big deal. So I don't know. All I can say is be careful, Marshall, with the fasting. I think your wife is onto something when she says, don't punish yourself. A lot of people do that after messing up, and it tends to just make things worse. They punish themselves, or they say, I'm going to make up for it by doing a fast, and then the fast just puts them in a more vulnerable state. My advice is to eat lots of butter. Just make sure that you're really full. Eat more than you usually do. If you're full, if you're just stuffed, you are going to be less tempted. So when you finish up that fast, don't skimp on things. Eat eat food, get yourself all the way back. That's what I did, last week when I had my slip up and I ate my cheese. Just make sure that you are stuffed. Because goodness, nothing, not even a Baconator, not even a strawberry Frosty is tempting if you're stuffed. When you're stuffed, you just look at things and go, yeah, that's there. And that's all the reaction that you have to it. Because you just don't want to eat anything. And so that is my advice to you, Marshall. Just make sure that you're full. Make sure you've had plenty of fat and that you really can't, be tempted by the other stuff. So, oh geez, that was not a good angle. So yeah, hopefully things will go well in the upcoming days for you, Marshall. And same for all y'all who is watching the show. We're here for you and we want you all to succeed. And so, let me suggest that everybody gives Marshall a comment, that we see if we can get him feeling better about himself and get him happy and get him back on track. Because all in all, he's kicking butt. And he just needs to keep going. And I think if we're there with him, then he will. All right, that's what I got for you today. Thanks for watching Big Anklevich on Health.